Hello everyone. Today, we are going to talk about some very special quarters from the United States. These quarters were made between the 1960s and 1980s. Most of these coins look normal and are worth just a little money, but some have rare mistakes or are in perfect shape. These special coins can be worth a lot of money to collectors. I will explain the history of each coin, what makes them different, and how much they can be worth. Let's get started and find out more. First up is the 1776 to 1976 no mint mark bicentennial quarter. This coin was made to celebrate 200 years of American freedom. You can see the double date, 1776 to 1976, on the front, instead of just 1 year like most quarters. It also has a special design on the back. It shows a drummer boy playing a drum. This design was only used for a short time, so many people started saving them. That's why they are still very common today. Now, if your coin has no mint mark, that just means it was made in Philadelphia. Back then, coins made in Philly didn't get a mint mark. So if yours has no letter under the date, it's from that mint. Millions of these were made, over 800 million. That's a huge number. So most of them are not rare. They're easy to find in pocket change, old coin jars, or coin collections. Most are only worth 25 cents, just like any regular quarter. If the coin is in very nice shape, meaning it has no scratches, hasn't been used much, and still looks shiny, it might be worth a little more. Maybe $1 or $2. If it's never been used at all and looks perfect, it could sell for $5, $10, or even $20. But that's still not close to $4,000. So why do people say this coin is worth $4,000? That kind of price only happens if something is very different about the coin. Like a mistake from the mint. These are called errors. For example, some coins were made with the wrong design, or were stamped more than once by the machine, or were made on the wrong kind of metal. These mistakes are very rare. Most bicentennial quarters do not have them. If you think your coin is one of those rare ones, you can't just guess. You need to have it checked by a grading company. Two of the best are PCGS and NGC. They look at the coin closely and give it a grade. They also check if it has any real errors. If they say yes, then you might really have a coin that's worth a lot. There are some real coins like this that have sold for thousands. One bicentennial quarter with a mint error and in perfect condition once sold for over $3,000 at auction. Another with a double stamp and great condition sold for more than $4,000. But remember, these are not normal coins. These are rare and have proof from experts that they are special. Some people online put their coins up for sale with very high prices, like $5,000 or even $10,000. But just because it's listed for that much doesn't mean it's worth that much. Many of those coins never sell. People are just hoping someone will pay a lot. That's why it's important to look at real auction prices, where someone actually bought the coin. If someone tells you their 1776 to 1976 quarter with no mint mark is worth $4,000, ask them if it's been graded by PCGS or NGC. If not, then it's probably just a normal quarter. Still nice to have, but not super rare. So, most bicentennial quarters you find are worth only a little. But if you find one with a mistake, or one in perfect condition, it could be worth more. Just make sure to have it checked by a pro. That's the best way to know what it's really worth. Coin collecting is fun, and sometimes you get lucky. But don't believe every high price you see online unless it's been proven. Next up is the 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter. This coin is part of the regular Washington quarter series. It was made during a time when the US Mint stopped using mint marks for a few years. So, if your 1967 quarter has no letter under the date, don't worry, that's normal. It just means it was made in Philadelphia. All 1967 quarters were made without a mint mark, so that by itself does not make the coin rare or special. In 1967, the mint made over 1.5 billion quarters. Yes, that's billion with a B. That means there are still tons of these coins out there today. You can still find them in circulation, in old piggy banks or in coin jars. Because they are so common, most 1967 quarters are only worth face value, 25 cents. Even if they look a little shiny or have some original luster, they still usually sell for under $1. Now, if you have one in very, very good shape, like perfect condition, never used, no scratches, full shine, it might be worth more. These are called uncirculated coins. If the coin looks like it just came from the mint, and it's graded by a coin grading company like PCGS or NGC, it could sell for $10, $20, maybe even $100 in very high grade. But most people don't have that kind. Most of the time, they've been in pockets or jars for years, with lots of little marks. But here's where things get interesting. Some people say that a 1967 no-mint mark quarter could be worth as much as $5,500. That sounds amazing, but it's not for just any 1967 quarter. To be worth that much, the coin needs to be very special. It could have a rare mint error, like being struck on the wrong type of metal, or having a double image, or missing parts of the design. These kinds of errors are very rare. Only a few of them exist. Also, the coin needs to be in top condition. That means it would have to be graded as something like MS 68 or higher. MS means mint state. The higher the number, the better the condition. A coin in MS 68 is almost perfect. That's what collectors want. If the coin has both a high grade and a rare error, then it could reach thousands at a real auction. There are real sales to back this up. One 1967 quarter in super high grade, with no marks and full detail, sold for over $5,000 at auction. But this is not common. It's the exception. That coin was graded and certified by PCGS, which makes the value real and trusted. Without grading, it's just a regular coin. Sometimes you'll see people online trying to sell regular 1967 quarters for crazy high prices. They might ask for $1,000 or $2,000, but the coin has no error and is clearly used. These listings often don't sell. They just stay online, hoping someone will believe it's worth a fortune. That's why you should always check real auction records, not just online posts. If you think your 1967 quarter is special, the best thing to do is send it to a coin grading service. They will tell you if it's rare, and what grade it gets. That's the only way to really know if your coin is worth big money. Without proof from a grading company, most 1967 quarters are just fun collectibles or everyday change. So, while most of these coins are common, a rare few, with the right error and perfect condition, really have sold for thousands. But it takes more than just no mint mark to make it valuable. Next up is the 1972 no mint mark Washington quarter. This coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it has no letter or mint mark under the date. Back in 1972, millions of these quarters were produced, so they are very common. You can still find these coins in old jars, wallets, or even in your pocket change. Because so many were made, most 1972 no mint mark quarters are not rare or very valuable. If your coin has been used a lot, it will usually only be worth its face value, 25 cents. Even if it looks a little better or cleaner, it will probably sell for just a few cents more than that. Some people collect coins and like to have one from every year, but that doesn't make the coin expensive. A normal 1972 quarter is just a regular coin you can use to buy something small. If the quarter is in very good shape, with no scratches or marks, and looks shiny like it just came from the mint, it might be worth a little more. These coins are called uncirculated, because they have never been used in everyday spending. An uncirculated 1972 quarter might sell for a few dollars, maybe $1 to $5, depending on how perfect it looks. But even in this better condition, most people don't pay more than $10 for it. Some collectors say that a 1972 no mint mark quarter can be worth as much as $1,000. That sounds like a lot of money, but this only happens if the coin has something very special. The coin would need to have a mistake made during the minting process. These mistakes are called errors, and they are rare. One common type of error that collectors look for is called a double die. A double die error happens when the coin's design is stamped twice, but slightly off. This makes the date or letters look doubled or blurry. If your 1972 quarter has this kind of error, and it is in very good shape, it could be worth much more than a regular coin. Another type of error is when part of the design is missing or weak, making the coin look different than normal. To be worth $1,000 or more, your coin would need to be in almost perfect condition. Coin experts use grading companies like PCGS or NGC to check the coin's condition and confirm if the error is real. These companies give coins a grade from 1 to 70, with 70 meaning a perfect coin. A high grade with a real error makes a coin much more valuable. Without a professional grading or certification, it is hard to trust claims that a 1972 no mint mark quarter is worth $1,000. Many people try to sell coins online for big prices, but these prices are often guesses or hope. The coin might never actually sell for that much. If you find a 1972 quarter and someone says it is worth $1,000, ask for proof. Is it certified by PCGS or NGC? Does it have a known error? If not, it's probably just a regular quarter worth about 25 cents, or a little more if it looks very good. Most 1972 quarters are common and not very valuable. They are great for collecting if you like having coins from different years, but they won't make you rich. Only the very rare error coins in perfect condition are worth big money. If you want to know if your coin is special, the best thing to do is send it to a grading company. They will look at it closely and tell you how good it is. That way, you can be sure of its real value. So, while most 1972 no mint mark quarters are regular coins worth just a little, a small number with rare errors and perfect shape can be worth much more. Always check with an expert before believing any very high prices. Next is the 1969 no mint mark Washington quarter. Like the others, this coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint, so it doesn't have a letter under the date. In 1969, the U.S. Mint made a lot of quarters, hundreds of millions. That means these coins are easy to find today. You can find them in old collections, change jars, or even still in circulation. Because there are so many, most 1969 quarters without a mint mark are common and not very valuable. If your 1969 quarter has been used a lot, it will likely only be worth its face value, 25 cents. Coins that have scratches, dirt, or where don't have much value to collectors. Even if the coin looks clean, a regular 1969 quarter without any special feature usually sells for just a bit more than face value, maybe 50 cents to $1. However, if you have a 1969 no mint mark quarter in very good shape, meaning it looks almost new, shiny, and hasn't been used, it might be worth more. Coins like this are called uncirculated or mint state coins. They can sell for a few dollars, sometimes up to $10 or $20 depending on how perfect they look. Now, some collectors say that a 1969 no mint mark quarter could be worth as much as $2,000. That sounds like a lot, but it only happens if the coin has something very special. Usually, it means the coin has an error or a rare variety that makes it different from normal quarters. One type of error people look for is called a double die. This means part of the date or letters looks doubled or blurry because of a mistake in the minting process. Another error might be a coin struck on the wrong metal or missing part of its design. These kinds of mistakes are very rare. Only a few such coins exist. To be worth thousands of dollars, the coin must also be in near-perfect condition. Experts use grading companies like PCGS or NGC to check and certify coins. These companies give a grade from 1 to 70, with 70 meaning a perfect coin with no flaws. A high-grade coin with a rare error is much more valuable. Without certification, it's hard to trust a claim that a 1969 no mint mark quarter is worth $2,000. Some people list coins online for high prices, but many never sell for those amounts. They might be hoping someone will pay, but it often doesn't happen. If someone says their 1969 quarter without a mint mark is worth thousands, always ask if it has been graded by a trusted company. If not, it's probably just a regular quarter. Even if it looks nice, it's not worth that much without proof. Most 1969 no mint mark quarters are common and worth just a little money. They are fun to collect if you like coins from different years, but don't expect to find a fortune in most of them. Only very rare error coins in perfect condition sell for big prices. If you think you have a special 1969 quarter, the best thing to do is send it to a grading company. They will carefully look at it and tell you if it has an error and how good its condition is. This is the best way to know its true value. So, While most 1969 no-mint mark quarters are regular coins worth a little, some rare errors and perfect coins can sell for much more. Always get your coin checked by experts before believing big price claims. Next is the 1977 no-mint mark Washington quarter. This coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint, which means it does not have a mint mark under the date. In 1977, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these quarters, so this coin is very common. You can easily find them in old collections, change jars, or even in pocket change. Because so many were made, most 1977 no-mint mark quarters are not rare and do not have high value. If your coin has been used and shows signs of wear, it is usually only worth its face value, 25 cents. Coins with scratches, dirt, or wear from everyday use do not have much value to collectors. Even if the coin looks clean or shiny, a regular 1977 quarter without anything special generally sells for just a little more than face value, maybe 50 cents to $1. If you have a 1977 no-mint mark quarter that is in very good shape, meaning it looks almost new, shiny, and has no signs of use, it might be worth more. These coins are called uncirculated or mint state coins. They can sell for a few dollars, sometimes around $10, depending on how perfect they look. Some collectors say that a 1977 no-mint mark quarter can be worth as much as $9,000. However, this kind of value only applies if the coin has something very unusual, such as a mint error or a rare mistake made during production. These errors make the coin different from most other quarters. One type of error collectors look for is called a doubled die. This happens when the design or letters on the coin are stamped twice by mistake, causing a doubled or blurry image. Another type of error could be a coin struck on the wrong metal or missing part of the design. These mistakes are very rare, and only a few of these error coins from 1977 exist. To reach a value close to $9,000, the coin must also be in almost perfect condition. Experts use professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC to examine coins. These companies give a grade from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no scratches or marks. A high-grade coin with a rare error can be worth much more than a regular coin. Without certification from a grading company, it is hard to believe that a 1977 no-mint mark quarter is worth thousands of dollars. Many people list coins online at high prices, but these coins often do not sell for that amount. Sellers may hope for a high price, but the real value depends on what collectors are willing to pay. If someone tells you their 1977 no-mint mark quarter is worth thousands, ask if it has been graded by a respected company like PCGS or NGC. Without this proof, the coin is most likely just a regular quarter. Even if the coin looks good, it is not worth that much without verification. Most 1977 no-mint mark quarters are common and only worth a little. They can be fun to collect if you like coins from different years, but most will not bring in a lot of money. Only rare error coins in nearly perfect condition sell for high prices. If you believe your 1977 quarter might be special, the best step is to send it to a grading company. They will carefully check the coin and tell you if it has an error and what condition it is in. This is the best way to find out what the coin is really worth. So, while most 1977 no-mint mark quarters are normal coins worth only a small amount, some rare error coins in excellent condition can be worth much more. Always get a professional opinion before trusting any high price claims. Last is the 1983 D-Mint mark Washington quarter. This coin was made at the Denver Mint, which is why it has a small letter, D, under the date. In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced billions of quarters, and many of these were from Denver. Because so many were made, this coin is very common and easy to find today. If your 1983 D quarter has been used and shows signs of wear, it is usually only worth its face value, 25 cents. Coins that are scratched, dirty, or worn do not have much value to collectors. Even if the coin looks clean or shiny, a regular 1983 D quarter without anything special usually sells for a little more than face value, often around 50 cents or $1. If you have a 1983 D quarter in very good shape, one that looks almost new and has no signs of use, it might be worth more. These uncirculated or mint state coins can sometimes sell for a few dollars, usually around $1 to $5, depending on how perfect they look. But even then, most collectors don't pay much more than that for a regular 1983 D quarter. Some people say that a 1983 D quarter can be worth up to $1,300. However, this value only applies if the coin has a rare error or a special variety that makes it different from the regular coins. Errors could include things like doubled dies, missing parts of the design, or being struck on the wrong metal. These mistakes are very rare and can make the coin more valuable. To reach a high value like $1,300, the coin also needs to be in near-perfect condition. Professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC grade coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin with no scratches or marks. A high-grade coin with a rare error can be worth much more than a regular coin. Without certification from a grading company, it is hard to believe a 1983 D quarter is worth thousands. Many sellers list coins online for high prices, but most of these coins don't actually sell for that amount. It's important to look for coins that are graded and certified by respected companies. If someone tells you their 1983 D quarter is worth $1,300, always ask if it has been graded by PCGS, NGC, or another trusted service. Without that proof, it is probably just a regular quarter. Even if it looks nice, it is not worth that much without verification. Most 1983 D quarters are common and worth only a small amount. They are good for collecting if you like coins from different years, but they usually won't bring in a lot of money. Only rare error coins in perfect condition can be worth more. If you think your 1983 D quarter might be special, the best thing to do is send it to a grading company. They will carefully examine it and tell you if it has an error and what condition it is in. This is the best way to know what your coin is really worth. So, while most 1983 D quarters are normal coins worth just a little, a rare error coin in excellent condition could be worth much more. Always get a professional opinion before trusting high-price claims. All these coins, from the bicentennial quarter to the 1983 D, are mostly common in regular condition and worth just their face value or a little more. But if you find one with a rare error or in perfect, uncirculated condition, its value can increase a lot. Always remember to get your coin checked and certified by trusted grading companies like PCGS or NGC before believing high-price claims. Collecting coins can be fun and rewarding, especially when you discover something special. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more coin videos and tips.